Hey, what's up, y'all? Had a dream last night, so it started off with me in this gym, and we having practice. I'm on a basketball team, and I'm running the point guard position, so I'm at the top, behind the 3-point line or whatever. Uh, and the point guard position is new to me, so I'm just like commanding the team, but I'm a little rusty, so the coaches on the sideline our coaches on the sideline, telling us the plays to run. So I'm like, hey, y'all do this or that. So the first play that was ran was like a shell, because it all was a shell drill. You know what I'm saying? Just the offense, no defense. And so uh, it was Kobe Bryant on this team. And he went for a backdoor cut, and then he went to the goal. He went, like faked up, and then went for a backdoor alley oop. So I threw the oop, but it was like I didn't have enough strength or power to get it where I wanted to go. So it was off. You know what I'm saying? The timing was off, and we didn't connect. So the next play, I'm dribbling, but I'm kind of like losing the ball a little bit, and we running plays. Like I say, the guys are lining up, and then going into the formation, and then going to their places. Uh, but I wasn't, like I said, wasn't as sharp as I could have been. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was a little rusty. So Kyrie Irving ended up being the teammate. It seemed like it wasn't no longer Kobe Bryant, but the whole time it may have just been Kyrie Irving. But anyway, so he's in the lineup too. So like I said, I keep having a little bit of a tough time, getting all this together as far as the point guard spot. And Kyrie Irving, he got mad. He told the coach, man, he's like, coach, get somebody else in here. And so all the other players was like, they had already been. He had been on the team, and he had already been on the team with people. But when he said that, nigga, I'm not finna get off this court. I was like, I'm gonna get it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just be chilling. I'm talking to Kyrie Irving saying this, and so basically we started going back and forth. Me and Kyrie Irving, we started going back and forth with this. You know what I mean? And I guess it was to the point that no one on his team would challenge him or say anything back to him. And but I didn't. I did, and I didn't care because I wasn't there trying to be no fan or nothing like that. I'm coming to play basketball, and win. So I'm not being like I say, no fan. I'm not like gonna hold my tongue, none of that. So we get into. So then it's like the end of practice or something, and then he like start walking out the gym or whatever, but me and him still going at it. We still drawing. And then as we going out into the hallway, I'm like, nigga, nigga, I just can't. I was like, if you, what I'm saying, I was like, you went to Duke, man. I was like, if I think my coach, Coach Hatch, my high school coach, was behind us, and I was just saying, nigga, if I went to Duke and lifted weights and did all that stuff and all that conditioning and all that, I'll be dunking right now, you know what I mean? And somebody was like, right. And, I'll be dunking and just more sharper and I'll be better than you. Yeah. Like, I was like, because he was like, who's the better? I think that's what Kyrie Irving was saying when his arguments were, who's the better player between me and you? You know what I'm saying? I was like, shit, it's you. I was like, you always have been the better player. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nigga, but that's when I went into, but shit, if I went to Duke and, what I'm saying, and had all that the preparation and all that stuff you had, I would have been the better player. And he said some big word that I don't remember. but he was like basically saying it was an excuse. What I would say, he was like, yeah, like basically just to say, that's an excuse, you know. So like I said, we kept on. We was going at it. So he went out the door, and it was like we had hung out before or something, you know what I'm saying. So I knew he had his little, thing going on, as far as his private social life or what have you, you know what I'm saying, that he had going on, having fun. It's just a little routine of things he had, maybe some little chicks he date or what have you. And so I was like, that's what's up. Cause like I said, we seemed to have hung out before, and so that's how I knew that. And then we left out of there. It was like daytime, and when we left out of the gym, he left, and I don't know if I was walking wherever I had to go, but a couple of people passed by, and then this guy I used to go to school with, cool guy, rapper. His name is Kyrie. Right. He passed away, man, I think this past year. R.I.P. to Corey Wright. He was a good person, good soul. I never had not one problem with him. He was always nice and cool. And he said he was out there rapping shit when we was in middle school, and was good at it, And so, so yeah, man. So he had a like a not a motorcycle so much, maybe more like a moped, and some other people was like, oh, and also the teammates we were playing with, they weren't all that good. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't all that good. Maybe that's why they never stood up to Kyrie Irving or whatever, or whatever. But so I got on so it was a place on there on the moped, like for me that I could, what I'm saying. He was driving, but he was like, get on, man, you know what I'm saying? He's like, here's a spot right here. So I got on the moped. We started going wherever we was going. Then we went to a gym, and when we got to this gym, it was more like an open gym kind of run kind of thing or something like that. Oh, also, when me and Kyrie Irving, when we were getting into it at that first gym, the coach came to us. He was a white guy. I don't know who he was, but he was a white guy. He came to us and he was like, well, we're going to have to trade one of y'all. And if this don't work out, if y'all can't get along or whatever, we're gonna have to trade one of y'all. And right now, the only place that's kind of close is Dallas Mavericks. And basically they're saying that I'm the one that's gonna have to go. We talking about me and Kyrie Irving, so it was gonna be me that was gonna have to leave. I'm probably most likely. And he was like, well, the coach was like, the only place that we can, not the only place, but one of the closest places that we could send you is, Dallas Mavericks. And I was like, I was like, that's cool, but I mean, that was cool. I mean, that would be a dream come true. But I was like, I've been living in this area my entire life. Fort Worth, Dallas, and DFW. So I was like, I kind of wanted to be somewhere different and see different things. I suppose that's how I was feeling. So I was just like, okay. So then when we went to this other gym, when I went in there, it was light in there or whatever. And when I walked in in the doorway, I seen that you had to, you go by the front desk and then you go into the gym, and then I was like, okay, let's see here. I was like, oh, okay, it ain't that many people in here, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, damn, the gym might be super packed. I might have to wait for, a long time. But it was really only like 20 people in there or something like that, so it wasn't too bad. And you had to, but then I seen you had to sign in before you could come in. You had to sign in before you could play or put your name on the list so you could play. So I went over there and signed my name, and the person who was like over, watching the people who signed the paper to play was Michael Jordan, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. In my opinion, I didn't get to see Wilt and all them, man, but and he played the game. Michael Jordan played the game with so much ease and skill that I believe he just did so much, man. He's the best that I've ever seen. Kobe was very close, if not. We're not even gonna go into all of that, because Kobe Bean was in his own right the best. He was the best of our era. Jordan, meaning my age and my era, Kobe was. But Jordan, man, even in his 40s, he giving people 40. You know what I'm saying? So Jordan was amazing, amazing, straight up, just a specimen to watch, man. And so he was the one, like I said, he was the one looking over it. So I came in, signed my name. He didn't say nothing to me, like, nothing out the way, and then we might have just spoke to each other, maybe. Then my homeboy Bobby Green came in there. My big bro, came in there, and he was like, Jordan started going off on him, man. He was like, man, hit me up a sign with your bitch ass. Yeah, he was like, with your weak ass nigga, bitch ass, with your bitch ass. And I'm just looking at it, I'm like, damn, he's going off on Bobby, but it was funny. That shit was funny. That nigga Jordan was like, man, get your bitch ass in there, nigga. I never talk about that. So we go in there, and I go sit down in the bleachers, to wait on to play. So while I'm sitting in the bleachers, I got like two phones, and one of them is my super old phone, this blue phone, Sprint phone I used to have, and flip phone, and I'm looking at that. I'm trying to find this dream that I had a long time ago with Kyrie Irving, and I'm like, damn, the way we getting along, we not getting along. We actually clashing, me and Kyrie Irving, getting into it verbally or what have you. I was like, this is so contrary to the dreams that I was having where Kyrie Irving, would be my best friend. I had a couple of them like that where he was my best friend. And so I'm like, this is, contrary to the dreams I've been having about him. So, I don't know what's going on with that. And then I thought about how Michael Jordan had just talked crazy to my boy, Bobby, BG. And, boy, I just busted out laughing. I'm like, that shit just kind of like I did just a second ago. Just laughing, man. I fell on the floor. The phone flew out of my hand a little bit. Like, I was like, man, this shit is hilarious. I was crying, like laughing hard on my back, laughing. And I just told, so then I got up and, I seen Kyrie again. And I seen Kyrie Irving. So I went up and, I was like, hey, man, let's squash all this, man. I want to get along. And, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't want us to be having no problems or nothing like that. So I shook his hand, you know what I'm saying? And he was very arrogant in his dream, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, you like that, that's what you should do. But, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't say nothing back. I just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And I went back to the bench to bleachers, and I was just like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna be the bigger man, in this situation, and try and diffuse the problem. And then we left out of there, and I seen like some mobsters that was riding in a limo or whatever, and they were like talking about somebody. They were saying they had kind of like put two and two together, and they was like, well, he could. They was like, whoever they was talking about, this person, they was like, man, it's no way that he could have got that. You know what I'm saying? He could have got that money, or knew that old boy had the money, unless they was in on it. I don't know who they were talking about, but then they was like, so yeah, we gonna go pay them a visit or whatever. And I think that was pretty much the dream. So that was a little dream, man. I can remember it pretty vividly. So interesting, I don't know what it means exactly, but yeah. I mean, like I say, when we were running the plays and stuff, we were running side inbounds plays, where the people line up, in a straight line and boom, 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 go to their places. But like I said, I just was a little rusty as far, because I don't. Oh, and I told and I told him also. I told Kyrie, or I told one of my teammates. I was like, man, yeah, I'm coming off of back surgery, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming off of back surgery, so things will. I'm a little rusty, man. I gotta get things together, which I will. Excuse me. So that was just pretty much it, man. Interesting dream, and yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.